Many people dream of success. They imagine a better life, more money, more freedom. But years pass, and nothing really changes. This is the story of Jacob, a man who had big dreams, but average habits. Jacob was not a man without dreams. From a young age, he imagined a very different life for himself. He wanted success. He wanted financial freedom. He wanted a life where he could travel, help his family, and live without constant worry about money. Like many young people, Jacob believed that one day he would achieve something great. Every morning began with hope. Jacob woke up feeling motivated. Today would be different. Today he would finally start working on his goals. For a brief moment, everything felt possible. But before starting his work, Jacob picked up his phone. Just for a few minutes. A quick check, a short scroll, it felt harmless. A few minutes became 30 minutes. 30 minutes became an hour. And just like that, the morning was gone. Jacob glanced at the clock. For a moment he felt a small sense of urgency. He knew he had already wasted the morning. But instead of starting, he told himself something familiar. It's okay. I'll start after lunch. But after lunch, something changed. The motivation he felt in the morning was gone. Jacob felt tired. His body felt slow. His mind felt heavy. Starting now felt difficult. So Jacob told himself something familiar. It's okay. Tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow he would wake up earlier. Tomorrow he would finally focus. Tomorrow he would become the person he wanted to be. But that tomorrow never really came. But at night, something felt different. The distractions were gone, the noise was gone, and all that was left was silence. And in that silence, Jacob felt it, guilt. He knew he had wasted another day. But instead of changing, Jacob did what he always did. He made a promise to himself. Tomorrow I will be different. Tomorrow I will wake up early. Tomorrow I will finally take control of my life. And for a moment, he believed it. And when tomorrow came, nothing really changed. The same morning motivation, the same distractions, the same delay, the same guilt at night. Again and again and again, Jacob wasn't moving forward. He was stuck, repeating the same day. The strange thing was, Jacob was not lazy. He was intelligent. He had ideas. He had ambition. But when the moment came to act, something happened. He froze. He knew what he had to do, but he couldn't make himself start. Days passed, without much change. Then weeks passed. Then months. And before Jacob even realized it, years had gone by. His life was not falling apart, but it wasn't moving forward either. Jacob was not unaware of his problem. In fact, he had tried many times to change his life. He tried waking up early. He tried exercising. He tried new routines, new systems. And for a few days, it always worked. But it never lasted. But there was a pattern Jacob never noticed. He could start anything, but he could never continue. 6 days, sometimes 7, maybe 10. And then he stopped. He never stayed consistent long enough for anything to become a habit. And slowly, something began to change inside Jacob. It wasn't his dreams. It wasn't his intelligence. It was his belief in himself. Each failed attempt made him trust himself a little less. He knew he was capable, but he no longer believed it. One night, after another wasted day, Jacob sat alone in silence. No phone, no distractions. Just his thoughts. And for the first time in a long time, he saw his life clearly. All the plans, all the promises, all the days that went nowhere. And a question slowly formed in his mind. What if my life never changes? The next day, something unexpected happened. Jacob met an old friend. His name was Sam. They hadn't seen each other in years. And as they began to talk, Jacob noticed something different about him. Sam wasn't always like this. In fact, there was a time when things were worse for him. He had gone through heartbreak. He had been lost. He had no direction. But now, everything about him was different. He looked calm, focused, in control. Jacob looked at Sam for a moment and then asked the question he had been avoiding for years. How did you change your life? There was no frustration in his voice, just honesty. Sam smiled and said something simple. Discipline builds habits. Habits build your life. It sounded simple, but Jacob knew there was something deeper in it. Sam leaned forward slightly and said something Jacob had never really understood before. You're waiting to feel ready. You're waiting to feel motivated. But the truth is, You will almost never feel like doing the work. And that's where most people stop. Real change begins, Sam said, when you take action, even when you don't feel like it. He paused and looked at Jacob. You don't wait for motivation. You create it by starting. Sam continued. Every time you delay action, your brain learns something. It learns to avoid discomfort. He paused. But every time you act, even when it feels hard, you teach your brain something new. You teach it to move forward. The problem, Sam said, is that your brain confuses discomfort with danger. It tells you to stop, to avoid, to wait. He paused. But discomfort is not dangerous. It's just the feeling of growth. Sam continued. Don't try to change everything at once. That's where most people fail. Start small. Pick one thing, something simple, something you can do every day, and just begin. That day, Jacob made a simple decision, not to change everything, but to follow one rule. Wake up at 5 a.m. for the next 90 days. No excuses. The first few days were difficult. His body resisted, his mind resisted, but this time, he didn't stop. Day after day, he kept going. Not perfectly, but consistently, and slowly, something began to change. What once felt difficult started to feel normal. One small habit led to another. He started exercising. He started focusing on his work. He started building new opportunities. Slowly, his life began to move forward. The man who once waited for tomorrow was now taking action every single day. Success is not built in one day. It is built in what you do every day. Discipline builds habits, and habits build your life.